So today we'll be looking at the CSS background. So background property include the background color, size, image, position, repeat, attachment, clip, and origin. So this is the HTML file we've created, and we've linked our CSS file to it. So we created this in the last class. You can check it out. I'm moving on to our CSS class that I've created already. So yeah, I'm using a type selector. So if you have not watched the selector video, you can go and check it in my description. So this is the video on the selector. So I'm using the type selector, which is I'm targeting the body. So I'm going to add first the background color. So I'm going to type yellow. So when we open this on the web page, let's go to HTML. So when we open this on the web page, so you're going to see how it's going to look like in HTML. So I'm just going to refresh that so you can see. So that is the yellow background. So that is for the start. So when we get deep into it, so moving on to the next property. So we have the background, image. We have the background image. So I'm just going to type it in, the background image. So use the URL tag. It has a URL tag. So I'm going to use the URL tag of the background image. So the image you saved, the file you have saved with the type format. So here I have saved it in PNG. So this is CSS of PNG. So I have saved an image of CSS in a PNG file. So when I open it on the web page, so I will reload the web. You can see that. So we can see the image is spread all over the screen display. So that's when the background repeat comes in place. So the background repeat here helps to make sure the background doesn't repeat itself. So it has a value of no repeat or repeat. So the value is repeat. So when I change it to no repeat now, you see that, so it remains just one. So that is how you use the background repeat. So moving on to the next background property now. So we have the background position. So here there are 9 positions, which is the left top, center top, and the rest. So you can check that out. So you can pause and check it out. So we have here, I'm using the center. Now I have zoomed in my screen. So when I refresh it on the web page, so you can see that. So that is center, but due to the fact that I have zoomed in my page, so you can see that. So you can adjust, you can try out the other positions. So we have left top, right bottom, right center, we have center. We have a lot of background positions, so you can test them out. So you can check out the backgrounds, you can check them out. So you have different background positions. So you can feel free to experiment with the backgrounds. So we'll change this now to left center. So when we refresh on the web, so these are the background positions. You can experiment with them. So if you are just visiting my lessons, this is your first time my lesson, so you can check out the description. We started the HTML class and we've concluded this, so you can check it out. You can check the HTML class. So this we'll be using most of the HTML class here. So here we have the background attachment to it. So we have the background attachment. So this attachment has two properties. It is either fixed or scroll. So fixed, it will just stay in the background, it won't move while you are scrolling. So let me add more text so you can see that. So you can scroll to the web page. So let me go back to the HTML we created. So let me just take you back to the HTML we created. So I'm going to click on the HTML. So that's the first. So we're going to add more. Let's just duplicate more of this. So I'm going to create more of this so that it can fill the page. I'm going to contain the page. So we're just going to duplicate that to fill up the space in the. So I'm going to make more of that. So you just need to duplicate more of this. So while that is being done, so you can check out my lessons in the description and check out the properties. Each of the property you can feel free to experiment with them. The property. So yeah, I'm going to save the file. So you have to save the file before you can reload on the web page. You can see, so I've saved and reload on the web page now. So it needs a little bit more to fill in the web page. I want to add a little more of it. a little bit of it. So after adding that, so we refresh on the web page. Now you can see that, so it has now completely filled the page. So when we scroll, you can see that while we are scrolling, the background remains fixed. It doesn't move with the scrolling. The background doesn't move, so I'll zoom it so you can see that. So the background does not get involved in the scrolling. So it stays on the background. So why? Let's change the let's work. Okay. So let's change this to scroll now. So let's change it to scroll. So when we change it to scroll now, so you can see, so when I scroll down, so you can see the background. You can see that. So let me scroll back up, so you can see the background. The background also scrolls with the page, so that is the difference between fixed and scroll. So you can see the background. The background also scrolls with the page. So that is the attachment to the background. So the attachment is either fixed or scroll. So that is like syrup. So we have the CIRAP. So we'll talk more on that later. So let's move on to the next property. So here we have the background size. So here you can add the background size, so to adjust the size of the background. So I won't advise you to use this. So it's better you use when we get to the image source property in the HTML. So you can set the width and the height from there. So using background size and property here won't work, because most of the web users might decide to zoom their page, and so you can set it in percent. So this percent, that means the image might be enlarged, too enlarged, or might missed shape. So it's advisable to use the image source width and height. So here you can see that. So I have changed back to fixed. So that is how you experiment with your background. So we have the background shorthand. So in CSS we have the shorthand value. That means the way you can write this code in one line. That means all this code you can write them in one line. So there's a shorthand for this. So that is, I have made a simple shortcode for using the initials of the background property. So we have the syrup, that is color, image, repeat, attachment, and position. So if you remember syrup, so that is background. So the shorthand for is background. So without putting any attribute to it, so we have background. So first is syrup, that's color, C. So we are going to add the color to it first. So color here green. So we have I, that's image. So using the URL, you can use URL to add image. So using the URL here, so we have CSS JPG. So we have R, that is background repeat. So we have no repeat. We add that as no repeat. So we also have the attachment. So we have attachment as fixed. We have position. You can add position to it. So position, you can add position, and you can add position to it. So either ways, just feel free to use what you feel will be good for your website. So yeah, we have center. So this is shorthand for my background. So when I open my web page and reload the web, you can see that. So that is the shorthand for background. So that is how you. So that is it about the background in HTML. So feel free to experiment with it. So stay tuned for the next lesson and check out my other lessons on HTML. So if something is not clear here, so you can drop a comment, or you ask a question in the comment below. So if you are new, subscribe to my channel, so stay updated for my next lesson. Thank you.